Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 21st, 2022 Summer Solstice reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of. Here, Gemini, angels, and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Hangman. Okay, so there's wishy-washiness, and that came forward first. But there's also a sense of we're trying to see everybody's point of view, which Gemini we can do quite well. But it's also making things very, very hard because we're giving people the benefit of the doubt, or we're placing our emotions on them instead of just seeing the facts that are before us. So be aware of this. We're looking at things very differently, but we have to make sure that we're not looking at things differently under duress. Like we're kind of being forced. Our hand is being forced. So just be aware of this because it's one of our greatest gifts to be able to be so diplomatic or be able to see so many different sides of the story, even though we might not be very diplomatic in our personality. But somebody's taking advantage of that, and we need to be aware of it. Now let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There's a radiance around us. There's a beauty, there's a intention, there's a positivity, there's a brilliance around us that is helping us to shine, that is really helping us to move forward. And, you know, during the summer solstice, with the intensity of the sun coming forward, there's just such a sense of the sun's energy being such a part of us. And that is definitely something that we should utilize, Gemini. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And spirit guides show me clearly. Okay, perfect. So let's turn everything over. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what is the theme for the summer? You know, and what are our guardian spirits, you know, really telling us, guiding us for and towards? We have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is overburdening ourselves. During this summer solstice, like during this summer, we can have a tendency of really wanting to take on too much. We have all these things that we want to do, all these things that we want to accomplish. We're putting everything on our shoulders, and we have been. What our guardian angels, guardians, you know, spirit guides, whomever we want to say they are really trying to help us with is a sense of stop putting so much on your back. Stop taking on so much because you're burning out. And this is a summer where we can find that we start to become really aware of how we burn out, how we're just taking on too much. And we don't even want to. It's not even like we're taking on too much because we're so excited about everything. It's like we're taking on so much because we feel like we have to. We feel like either it's our responsibility, or we're trying to make everything better for everybody else, and or we're trying to get ahead, and we're not going to get ahead if we don't absolutely do everything all by ourselves. And so this is going to be something that we really have to face this summer, because this is going to be something that I'm really seeing our angels like pulling against us, and they're either going to make us drop everything and take account at like whatever is most important to us. They're going to make that kind of fall apart a little bit until we can take account of what we need and how we need to move forward. Or there's going to be some sort of misstep here that we just need to acknowledge. It moves us to what is growing rapidly in our lives, and where we will be growing and focusing on, and what we will be focusing on during the summer. And it's the Eight of Cups. How we have been growing is that we've been learning when to say no, and that's a huge part of the summer for us. So what we're taking on, how we're overburdening ourselves, what we're trying to do, how we're trying to move things. The Eight of Cups comes in, and we're walking away from what we once thought we would love. There's something here where we thought it was perfect, like we thought we had it all figured out, and now we're like, oh no, that's not right for me, or oh no, that's not where I want to be. This can also be looking at, certain norms, certain things that people expected us to do, or ways that they expected us to move forward that we just don't want to. It's like, no, I don't know if that's for me, and I don't think that's what I want from my life. But we're also learning how to move forward for ourselves. We're going to find that the summer really has us growing in a sense of, I can do this. And not that I have to do everything. All right, that's going to be something that we need to be mindful of. But I can move forward, and I can walk on my own, and I can be just as powerful individually as I am with a whole group of people around me. And it moves us then to what we need to focus on. Like, where is the fire in our lives during the summer, and the fire of the summer? And it is in the Nine of Wands. It's being able to clearly pick out our voice. We have been feeling, okay, for at least the first half of this year, that our voice has been getting lost in the melee with everybody else. And there's this real sense of, I've battled, I've won, and now my voice gets to be heard. Now I get to, really stop doubting myself, because there's a sense here of like, you've fought so hard, and yet there's this self-doubt, the self-deprecation, deformation. I don't know the exact word right now that's coming in, but there's this self like doubt that's coming forward, and it's taking over everything. And Spirit's like, are you going to let it? Is this going to be what is planted? Because the power here is that our voice is powerful. Our intentions are profound. And now it's time to move forward in this energy, in this purpose, in this, in this light. How we can help ourselves and the intentions that we are planting and that are inspiring us and bearing fruit comes forward here with the Magician. And this is a real sense of, this is what I want, this is what I'm needing, this is where I stand. Because the Magician is saying, let your light shine. And stand before the altar of your existence and say, this is my light, this is who I am. I'm not embarrassed of me, I'm not ashamed of me. This is the power of me. And so the Magician is coming forward during this time and saying, this is how we help ourselves. By believing in ourselves, by being our best advocate, by, looking at things and saying, yeah, but this is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what's powerful, appropriate, beautiful for me. And that becomes the game changer here. It really does. The Magician moves us forward and is showing us our own individual magic, our own individual way of shining and standing out in the crowd. It brings us then to the creative expression, and it reaches its height on the 1st of August. So the 1st of August is Lunasa, and Lunasa is the beginning of the harvest season. And I do apologize if I've totally butchered that name. But here we have the Death card. And so the creative expression, which reaches its height here, and on the 1st, and how we're getting there, how we're moving things forward, is through the Death card. It's through the dying away of the old self and the rebirth of the new. There's also strong Scorpio energy here. So I don't know exactly how Scorpio ties into our lives. If it is somebody who's inspiring us from beyond the grave, if it is somebody in our daily life that is inspiring us, or if there's just this profound energy of change, and the change of seasons mean so much to us and are really connecting with us, whether it be that we're going into summer or that we're going into winter. It doesn't really matter. But we're finding ourselves moving forward towards this change, towards this insight. And I love the 4-leaf clover here. It's not a 4-leaf clover, but I love the sense of luck, because that's just what I saw immediately when this was turned around. It's like there's a sense of luck through change. There's a sense of luck through our identifying with ourselves. And it's a real sense of rebirth also coming forward. So there's a rising out of the ashes, out of the darkness, and into our authority of self and where we want to be. Now, how we can make the fullest use of our time during the season is by the star, is by really looking at what we dream of, what we desire. This is also very strong Aquarius energy coming forward. There's a level of kindness and compassion to us that we absolutely need to utilize. And with this, there's a real sense of, what do I dream of? What do I want? What do I long for? Am I sabotaging these dreams? Am I moving forward towards them? Because there's a sense here with the Magician coming into play, and I love this line of major arcana that are coming forward, because they're all so powerful, they're all so strong without having real chaos associated with them. And standing before the altar of our existence has us looking at what we dream of, looking at what we really want and what we need, of what's important to us. And this becomes a time where, if we are true to ourselves and we stand in this power, we stand in this understanding, all of a sudden a light is shined within us. An illumination comes within, and it's like, oh, that's what I needed, isn't it? Like, this is where I needed to be. This is what's important to me. And it brings us to the fact that the summer solstice is the accumulation of the sun's life and its cycle. And it's telling us, like, this has begun in the winter solstice. Now, if you are in the southern hemisphere, this begins now. And these are the intentions being set. And we're looking at the accumulation within us for the first half of the year. What has accumulated? How are we moving forward? What's important to us? And this is the Eight of Swords. What has happened is that what has accumulated in us is a severe sense of doubt, is a severe sense of, I need to put on the brakes. This over-judging ourselves, over-analyzing, overthinking. That's what comes forward with the Ten of Wands here, where we put everything on our shoulders. And it's like, it's because we're so afraid of misstepping. It's like, I can just do it, I can just do it, I can just move it, I can just get it going. And it becomes chaotic. It becomes overwhelming to us and for us. So we really have to be mindful that what has been building in us for the past 6 months is the sense of doubt, is the sense of can I do this? Over-analyzing, overlooking, and while we're overlooking everything, while we're trying to take everything in, we are overlooking ourselves. And that's the really important thing. That's why we're moving forward with the Eight of Cups. And we need to move forward with a sense of, I have this journey. I know what I need. I know what's important to me. I see myself openly and honestly and powerfully. And it brings us then to what we need to release and let go of from the first half of the year to be able to move forward to the now. And this is the Seven of Swords. This is a sense of sneakery. This is a sense of betrayal. Something happened that knocked us off our game. Something happened that changed the energy flow. And we need to be aware of this. Now, it's either from the first half of this year, and it can be from further on, okay? But the doubt, the fear, it keeps, like, something renewed it. Something brought it to life, and we need to be aware of this. And it's like, oh, wow. I didn't think it had this much of an impact, or I didn't think it was this powerful for me, and yet it is. And we need to be aware of that here, Gemini. It moves us to, if we do the work, if we do our work, and if we have everything focused, where do we end up? How do we move forward? What's the end result of the season? And it's the Ace of Pentacles. It's God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of prosperity, wealth, bounty, handing us a gift. And this gift changes so much. It's like, these are the intentions that I'm sending forward. This is the power that I have within me. This is my purpose. This is my beauty for being here. And it really does move us in a direction that is stunning, is absolutely stunning. And so this is prosperity and wealth and abundance and what we value as much as money coming into our lives. But this is also us planting what we want for our lives, where we want to be, what we desire to create and cultivate for ourselves. And there's a real sense of, I planted these seeds, and now, because the sun has nourished it, it gets to grow. And again, if we're going into the winter season here, it's as the earth sleeps, this gets to grow. This gets to grow and be harvested in the summer, or this gets to grow and be harvested in the fall. So it brings us here to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. It's the Princess of Swords. So subconsciously, we can be kind of immature when it comes to things. We can also have unrealistic timelines for ourselves, or something that's just kind of, I just see it as stamping the foot and demanding. It's like, it should be easier. And there's no guarantee that anything will ever be easier. So here it's looking at things, and we're being told, don't be petulant. Also, don't get gets sucked in by somebody else who has been quite spoiled. Okay, that's going to be very important. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is again the soul star chakra, 6 inches above our crown, and this is divine wisdom. Divinely, we are being guided. We're going to know things during this time that we don't really have an explanation for. We're just going to have to go with it because this divine wisdom is guiding us, it's leading us, it's cultivating us, it's seeing us, and it's helping us see ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, and it's justice. Now, justice is also Libra energy, but there's a real sense here of the balancing of the scales, of seeing what we need, of seeing what we're developing within ourselves, seeing what's really important. And it's also saying, you're not here to be everybody's peacekeeper. Being just does not mean continuously sacrificing yourself for somebody else's happiness. And so finding our balance, finding our harmony, finding our understanding, that is profoundly important to us. And that balance is what leads us forward. But we also have to be just to ourselves, discerning of the energy that we are letting in, and discerning of the way that we want to move forward, of how we want to move forward, of what's, right for us and what just isn't. Because we're going to be making some choices during this time that people will look at us and be like, oh, why are you choosing that? Why are you doing that? And it's like, I have to do it for me. I have to move forward this way for me and my own happiness. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this summer solstice and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini, and may you have a blessed summer solstice.